Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? You already introduced me, so there's no point.
Yes, I know. Good
How
morning.
did you sleep?
I slept great. Yes. You?
Well, it was short, but I'm fine.
Okay, I think I'll leave that gist. I want to tell you something, but after the show.
All right, it's fine.
Okay, so the news bits today. Yesterday we were talking about the governorship elections and how Rivers State was declared inconclusive until further notice. Okay, so INEC has declared 6 more states. The state's governorship poll inconclusive, and the states include Kano, Plateau, Bauchi, Sokoto, Adamawa, and Benue State. So they declared their governorship polls inconclusive, and I think it's due to some irregularities that was discovered, during the counting of the votes, the elections, and the likes. But I really do hope they sort it out. And then I think there needs to be more like a re-election process.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So until then, they'll tell us the dates when they're ready to make that possible.
Okay. So on education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, that's JAMB, bans ATM cards, watches, key holders. I think this is done in a bid to curb examination malpractices because most Nigerians are getting really smart.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So they use recorders, eyeglasses, and the likes for examination malpractice. I think JAMB also banned the use of pencils, erasers,
they provide those materials
exactly.
For you.
So if you want to do mathematics, they'll provide you with kits to get your mathematics done instead of bringing it from outside. So I think it's something that we should encourage. And I wonder why people would not read for exams.
I mean, during our time.
We
used to study hard to get those marks and be proud enough to say, yes, I studied hard and this is my mark, and I didn't engage in any examination malpractice.
I know that those days we used to go for extramural classes in preparations for JAMB, and you won't even want to think about examination malpractice because of the fear of being caught. But these days, people just get too smart. I think I would like to commend JAMB for the efforts put to curb examination malpractice, because in the long run you see that it will affect you in future when you start doing malpractice at that stage.
You get so used to it.
And then you get into school, it will affect you.
Yes.
So I just feel, and I think that people or students should try to study, not just read to pass examinations, because if you read to pass examinations, you just, after the exams, it's gone.
It's gone. I know we had one discussion like that on Tea or Coffee, where we invited Samson Egrums and talking about read to pass or read to understand.
So students should read to understand instead of read to pass.
Exactly. And let's talk about the fact that you look really gorgeous this morning.
Oh, thank you. You
I had to chip that into brighten up your mood. Okay, so today we're talking about it's an Entrepreneurship Tuesday, and we're talking about business. Some businesses once they start the business, and at some point it begins to decline, sales don't come forth as it's intended, and it tends to be some sort of trouble, challenge, yes.
One thing I know about business is the fact that starting a business is one thing, and then sustaining it, because it's a lot to be a sole proprietor of your business. It's a lot. You have to. I'm not the guest, so but I know that owning and starting a business and running a business is a lot. It's not just the buying and selling or getting your funds and your locations needed and all. You need some extra capabilities to sustain it. You need extra skills. You need extra knowledge to sustain your business, and then most people fail because they don't have the skills. They don't have the know-how and how to sustain a business.
And that is why it's important for us to talk about it, because I know some people are struggling with that. Some people have businesses they are trying to revive, and revamp. So that's more of the reason why we have to talk about, rebuilding, a failed business, yes. So we are streaming live on Facebook, and you can join the conversation, because we will go on a break now, and when we come back, the conversation will kick in. So please stay glued to Tea or Coffee. We'll be right back.
Upbraid. Upbraid. Upbraid.
Welcome back to Tea or Coffee on High Impact Television. Yeah, today is our Entrepreneurship Tuesday, and we'll be talking about business, rebuilding a failed business. Are you into business? Is your business struggling? Are you struggling to get your business up again? Tea or Coffee is a show for you. Okay, so we have a guest in the house. Don't forget that we're streaming live on Facebook, and I'd like to say thank you to Mustafa
Jallo.
Yeah, Mustafa Jallo. Thank you for watching High Impact TV. Thank you for watching Tea or Coffee. All right, so straight to the business of today. I'll let Modupe introduce the guests.
Of course. And of course, right now we have Abayomi Adewumi in the studio with us, and is going to be talking about rebuilding a failing business. And he is a business growth consultant, so you know that he is just the right person to do justice to this topic.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good to have you.
Yes, good to have you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're talking about rebuilding a failed business. You're into business. Business consultant.
Yes.
Now, before we talk about rebuilding a failed business, I would like us to talk about what actually makes a business fail.
Okay. Before talking about what makes a business fail, okay, I'll first talk about what actually is business.
Okay, let's do that.
So, business is the act of creating value for people and capturing value. Creating value in the sense of solving a problem, meeting a need, filling a gap in the society. Capturing value means getting something back in return that keeps it running, makes it profitable and sustainable. Now, the two parts of what I said, profitability and sustainability, is the key to business growth. And that is what causes a lot of business failure, because most businesses are focused on just profitability, while the sustainable part of business is left out of it.
So you're saying it has to do with sustainability?
Yeah.
Well, every business is intended to make profits,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So if you take off profits and you're looking at sustainability, it doesn't make sense.
No. You have to go hand in hand?
They are not mutually exclusive.
Okay.
They are actually hard together. Profitability on one hand, sustainability. Profitability keeps you sustainable, but having a structure in place that makes you sustainable ensures you keep on getting the money. So basically, there are 3 P's every entrepreneur needs to take note of in business. The first is the product. Okay. The second one is the process, and the third one is people.
Okay.
Now, you start a business either by having a target market in mind and creating a solution for them. Or it could be the other way. You create a solution and look for the target market. That means the people that needs the solution. So you have a product market fit, which is what people say, do you have a product market fit? That means, is your product a fit for the market?
Okay.
Then when that is done, your product is good, but what keeps your product maintaining that level of quality that people love? It's the process behind the product. How do you create the product? How do you sell it? How do you take it to people? What are the systems in place in your organization? And the last part is the people, which is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you have the best product in the whole world, the best product after Agege bread, which is what most entrepreneurs say. I've been on the board of so many entrepreneurs. When you are interviewing them or they are pitching their business, they say, my business is the best solution that has been seen yet in Nigeria. So it doesn't matter how good your product is, how solid is your process. And the last one is people move process. Process creates great products. So who are the people behind your process? Now, a whole lot of businesses in the country don't care for this. They just want cheap labor. They treat them anyway. You cannot treat your employees anyhow and expect them to give their best in business. So the business failure is rest on these 3 legs. If any of these legs is broken, it's going to be very difficult for that business to be sustainable in the long run.
Okay.
Okay. So how can you, when you're about to start a business, it's advisable that you have all these things in place, the profitability in mind, sustainability, how to sustain it, and how to make profits. But so how can you put it in place in such a way that in the long run it works for you? Because people still have these things in place, and then the business still starts to fail at some point. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So how can you package your proposal or package your objectives and everything about your business from the starting point such that it sustains it in the long run?
Okay. It's important to note at this point that a whole lot of businesses out there, a whole lot of people that call themselves entrepreneurs, especially in Nigeria, they are entrepreneurs by accident.
Okay.
So what I mean by entrepreneurs by accident is the state of the economy of the nation has pushed people into entrepreneurship. Some people that should be in gainful employment who have no business in running something as entrepreneurship that is challenging as that. So because a whole lot of people just rush from, they are trying to find their livelihood, their means of livelihood, they rush into entrepreneurship without the required business literacy and financial literacy. So the problem with with a whole lot of businesses failing in the country is actually hinged on the inadequate business and financial knowledge. So these 2 things are very key in helping you to grow your business. You need soft skills. You need soft skills like leadership skills, emotional intelligence. You need negotiation skills. You need selling skills. You need critical thinking skills. These are soft skills that are not being taught in our curriculum.
And financial intelligence, if I must ask.
Yes,
exactly.
that's very key too. So there are things that are not being taught out there, and it's difficult when you are not equipped with this basic tools. It's going to be very difficult to navigate the stormy waters of entrepreneurship, because let me warn you, entrepreneurship is stormy. Yes, it's not a go smooth ride. Now, the only thing that helps you go through it is how equipped are you to face those challenges? How do you have a proper planning process in place? Do you understand marketing? Do you understand sales? Do you understand human resource management? All these things come together in being able to navigate. Now, I know a lot of people say, it's lack of capital, it's the economy is bad and things like that. But I tell people that when you have a good product in place, a good process in place, and good people in place, you're going to continue to attract capital. And there are a lot of people out there that are doing that. I have worked with so many companies, both within the country. I've worked with clients in US. I have an American client right now who we spoke, and we are in the process of developing a business plan and pitch deck. Right as we are speaking, before I came into the studio, she just sent me a message that she's about to get into flights into the plane. She's going to Silicon Valley, where she has gotten an investor who wants to talk to her. Now, even in the country too, you see people that are ready to invest in businesses. Now, the major problem they talk about is people who wants to run this business don't have the capacity to run it. So, it all comes down to your capacity. We can all have a 1,001 reasons why businesses are failing, but I believe that it's 90% the capacity of the funders.
Capacity of the funders.
That doesn't sound
like. Is that the only reason?
Exactly.
Was that you're saying that's the major reason? But I'm sure there are other reasons.
There are other reasons.
Let us know the other reasons.
There are other reasons like external factors, like the purchasing power in the economy is really low, which makes it very difficult for people don't just buy things on the whim of I just want it. They have to critically analyze and things like that. Now, that again will now lead us back to the competition is stiffer.
Yes.
The money for people to buy things is shrinking, and yet people are still buying things based on wants.
Not based on needs.
Not based on needs.
So really, it all comes down to how are you positioned to take advantage of the market, because it's an evolving landscape. What works yesterday in business does not work today. What is working today suddenly will become obsolete tomorrow.
So you have to be
you have to keep on evolving, developing capacity. I keep on hammering on capacity because I've interfaced with more than 5,000 entrepreneurs in my career, and one resounding factor that is the denominator for success is what is the capacity that you have in you.
So you're talking about capacity building now.
Yes. You see, a V6 engine would not run as a V8 engine. Not because it is not fine, it is not good, not because, no matter how much it tries, because it doesn't have capacity for the speed that a V8 engine has. So if you are the business owner and your capacity does not go does not go beyond 1 million naira, it doesn't matter what is happening in the economy. Let the economy be good enough. You will never end beyond 1 million naira.
Okay. Let me take you back a bit. When you made mention of structure.
Yes.
Most of these business owners already have everything in place, but they have challenges with putting up a business structure. Now, I know we'll get back to rebuilding a failed business, but let's talk about structure. What should a basic business, what should a standard basic structure look like?
Okay. The first thing in structure is first, where is your business plan?
Okay.
Would a man embark on a project without counting his cost? The good book of the Christians say that is foolishness. So a whole lot of people jump into business. Yes, it's quite understandable. Maybe you just saw an opportunity, you latched on to it. But while you are into it, do you have a roadmap document? Now, a business plan is not just a document for you to seek funds. I get a lot of entrepreneurs come to my office and I want to get money. I need business plan. And I try to sit them down and say, no, business plan goes beyond just getting money. It's the first stage of your structure, because that is where and when you decide how is this business going to run. There's a part of the business plan that is operations plan. How is the operation of the business going to be? There's a part of it that says management summary. That is talking about what is the organogram structure going to be. What's the reporting structure going to be? Are we going to have 2 CEOs? Are we going to do we need an accountant? Are we outsourcing accountancy? Are we outsourcing production to focus on sales and marketing? That is where the key questions are answered. But most people run away from this stage because it's too difficult. I don't want to write it. Then some people just give money to people.
To business plan for me.
Because I know it's an important part of starting a business. It's like you building a house without a foundation, and if the foundation be destroyed,
what would the righteous do?
Okay, so I said that.
What would the righteous do?
Exactly.
I said the righteous go back to the foundation.
Oh, to start from the scratch.
You cannot. There's no elevator to success. It's the stairs.
But in writing a business plan, you're talking about people employing people to write a business plan for them. Is it necessary to write your business plan yourself, or you can still, relate your idea, your dreams, your plan to someone, and then they put it up, in a structure for you, a business plan for you?
Yes, it's a dicey question. And why I'm saying it's a dicey question is this. There's almost no good thing that has come to this country that has not been exploited by people. Maybe because of the economic situation, Suddenly, if people see that wig selling is the in thing, everybody start running to wig. Now, the trend since 2015 that Instagram has taken the stage has been that there's a rise of a whole lot of people that suddenly, I'm a business coach. I'm a business coach.
Yes.
I do business plans. And it's difficult for a business owner to understand who do I need and who I don't need.
Okay.
So it's dicey. If you get a good consultant to do a business plan for you, the first process is you wouldn't even have to work. Personally, my organization, you want to do a business plan, you get about 9 sheets that has almost about 50 or 60 questions you have to fill. Okay. So you have to task your brain. A lot of people come in that, can't I just pay you and we don't do this? No, at the end of the day, these questions are not designed because we need them. You can tell me I want to do makeup business and we'll go and bring out a business plan for you somewhere, which is what most people get.
Okay. I still have more questions on that, but we need to go on a break. So yes, please take me to tea or coffee. We're going on a short break now. When we come back, the phone line will be open for you to call in and ask your questions. And also we are live on Facebook, so please drop your comments and your questions and we'll take them as soon as we get them. Stay glued. Tea or coffee continues shortly.
Télévision High Impact est sur la chaîne Utelsat. Prenez des mesures suivantes pour regarder la télévision High Impact. Première étape, obtenez une antenne parabolique avec une dimension de 90 cm ou 100 cm. Deuxième étape, orientez votre antenne parabolique vers Utelsat au degré 7 à l'ouest, maintenant la même position que celle des chaînes MBC. Troisième étape, faites une exploration totale de toutes les chaînes à l'aide d'un faisceau électronique. Quatrième étape, La télévision High Impact est sur la fréquence 11033 et ailleurs pour symbole 4999 ou 5000. Vous êtes maintenant prêt à regarder la télévision High Impact vers Utelsat. Il n'y a pas d'un abonnement mensuel. La télévision High Impact, vous avez de la chance.
Welcome back to CEO Coffee on High Impact Television, and thanks for staying tuned. So before we went on the break, we were talking about structure of business. You were addressing the question structure of business. So I'd like you to continue before we get into the aspect of what should a businessman do when he already fails in business.
Okay, the first part, like I said, is going to the foundation. It doesn't matter if you've spent 10 years in business, you have to come back to how did we start this in the first place? Why did we start it? What did we hope to achieve? Now, also in the business plan, what you have is you have your roadmap, your strategic plan. Oh, this is what we hope to achieve in the long term, in the medium term, and in the short term. So the first place is business plan. Now, it doesn't end there. Then you now move on to business planning. Business plan is a one-off thing that you have done. Business planning is a continuous process that you keep on executing throughout the lifespan of your business. And that is implementing what you have in the business plan. Now, knowing fully well that the market is very volatile. It's trend changes. There's a whole lot of things that can influence the market. You have to set up your business in such a way that is responsive to the environment.
Okay.
So say you are producing something that requires, that the raw materials requires importation.
Okay.
Now, looking at the trend of how government is clamping down on importing things, you need to start thinking ahead. That is business planning.
Strategize.
Yes.
How can I get a local alternative to this?
Okay.
You don't wait till it is raining, till you start building a house, a roof on your house. You don't say, because there is sun now, I don't think rain will come. So you have to anticipate. You have to be flexible in putting your business. Then the second one, which when we conducted the research late in 2016, we discovered that a lot of entrepreneurs highlighted about 25 to 30 challenges they faced in their business. Now, when we went further to probe and say, have you tried solving this problem? About 80 to 90% of them said they have tried solving the problem. If it's accounting, maybe accounting, they've tried accounting softwares. If it's HR, they've tried to outsource HR. They've tried a whole lot of solutions. Now, what they've not been able to do is they've not been able to keep up the prayer. Consistency was lacking. And why was that? We now discovered that there was lack of accountability in the system.
Can we also say staff strength is also one of it?
Not really. There are businesses that have 2-man staff strength and they are doing billions of naira in the country. It comes down to accountability. Do you have corporate governance enshrined in your business? Corporate governance is not just meant for big corporations. It is called corporate governance because it helps to govern. It's a law that governs the business principles. And where there is no principle and laws, there will be chaos. And where there is chaos, there will be destruction. And where there is destruction, that's the end.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. What about a situation where a person is doing a role that 5 people could do? Is that not capable of making the business fail?
Not directly.
Okay.
It's not directly. It depends if he does not have the capacity. We have to be real with ourselves. The economy does not sustain hiring multiple people. So at the start of your business, you are the sales director, you are the chief marketing officer, you are the chief production officer, you are the logistics manager, you are the customer relationship officer. Okay. It's clear. Now, the problem is not taking all those into account. The problem is, who are you answerable to? At the beginning of this year, a whole lot of business owners set out in January, I want to make 1,000. In February, I want to make 1,500. In March, I want to make... Now, in January, they made 800, but nobody questioned them, why did you make 800? Nobody brought them back, okay, what can we do to get there? Everybody just wants to be CEO without being questionable to anyone. Now, the trick here is a whole lot of people say they cannot get executive directors and pay them salary. There are a whole lot of people out there that will readily and gladly be your board of advisors. Okay. It could just be a 3-man committee. People that you share your goals with. And as little as giving them discount or free products could just be enough. I am on the board of some organization, both NGOs, private establishment, and I don't think there's any one of them that I earn salary from. It just depends on the passion I have for what the person is doing and their show of commitment. And
also ability to negotiate.
Yeah.
Well, yes. You're not earning salary from them.
No, not really.
How is that possible? Because if you need people to be in your board of directors, they should be paid.
That's why it's board of advisors, not board of directors.
Even board of advisors, is that free?
It's not free. That's why it said depends on. She said negotiation. It depends on relationship and negotiation. Say, I do as I am right now. What do I need daily? You run a business that maybe you sell ears extension. You looked at, is a man. What can I give to him for him to be here? I cannot afford to pay him. The truth is, I'm not cheap. I tell my clients, so you'd rather pay me my full wages or let's just talk about other things. So if you're okay, does he have a wife? Oh, can I give his wife one extension or wig or closure or frontal? See, I'm talking about
per month.
Per month. It depends on, is it realistic for my business? You do something that, you offer something that would not hurt you, but will make them know that you are putting your game in this, your skin in the game. So, getting accountability, that is the cross of it all. Every other thing I want to say, rest under it. Have good marketing structure. See, the truth is, as entrepreneurs, there will come days you will be dejected, distressed, disappointed, demotivated. But what keeps you going will just be the mindset that, at the end of the month, the Bible is going to hold me accountable. And probably maybe I even have a fine. Maybe they are going to deduct out of my salary.
You know, I was thinking you're going to say passion, because most people say that when, as an entrepreneur, one key thing is for you to have passion for what you do, and it will keep you. You know, so let me ask, you know, you are into business consulting, you know, even when the business starts to fail and things seem like it's crumbling, passion, will it still keep you?
Okay, I tell people this, it's a hard truth, and it's not common wisdom. Even it's anti-society wisdom. I tell people when they say, I want to go into my passion, most time, have you noticed that most times your passion takes longer time to bring fruit of labor for you? So, and in this country where there is no safety net, where if you are a US citizen or you are from Europe where your food is secure, you can always apply for bankruptcy, nobody cares about you. The truth of the matter, when people say, sir, I don't have money to start my passion, I say, get a job. Use your job, the proceeds of your job to fund your passion. And when your passion can give you your income, chase it.
Or it can even double your income.
Yes. Because if you start following your passion in this country, you become a passionate, frustrated being.
Okay,
that's
a strong word.
It's very strong.
It's the key. If you cannot eat, put food in your mouth, you will be ridiculed by your friends and families. They will question your decision, and soon enough, you start questioning your sanity.
Okay, so I know that according to statistics, 20% of small businesses fail in their first year. Small businesses, 30% of them still fail in their first and second year, and in the long run, 70% of them fail in their maybe first 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Now, how is it? What can they do to go back to this foundation? What can they do to rebuild this business that has already failed?
And sorry, before you answer that, the phone line is open, so you can call us to ask your question and your contributions. Number is +234 7051 432258. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Actually, the statistics is much more startling and scary than that. it's actually 80% of businesses in Nigeria fail in their first year.
Yeah. What I'm saying is small businesses. I know that what I'm saying is first businesses, they fail, 80% fail, but small businesses in their first year, it goes from 20%, 30% and down. Yeah.
So it's much more, it's startling. And like I said, one of the first things to do is assess yourself, assess your business. Where are you? Know your numbers. Most people don't know their numbers. How much are you making right now? If you have been running your business haphazardly for some time, at that point in time, it's about making that decision that here and now, I need to stop this damage. I need to block this leakage. Okay. How much am I making? Do I have my books?
You will have a call.
Olawale from Lagos.
Good morning, Olawale.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling regarding to an insurance plan that I designed.
Okay.
That I'm trying to talk to you about, yes. The add value to insurance, which most people consult now, both men and women, that are seeking to improve their health status. And I would like you to feature it, talk about it on TV and...
Okay. Thank you. Did you get that?
I didn't get it.
Okay, Olawale, we really do hope that you call us back. We really could not get your question. The number to call is +234 70514 32258. +234 70514 32258. Do call us and share your contribution or ask us a question. Okay, so continue.
So I was talking about knowing your numbers, where it is, because numbers don't lie and they tell the truth. So it's going to give an insight into what you are doing presently. Now, at that point in place, seek help. Don't be the kind of entrepreneur who believes I can do it all. Now, I've met a lot of entrepreneurs in fixing their businesses. I'm working with businesses in fixing their structure, in fixing their marketing and a lot of things. And one thing that I always hear from people that have been in business for more than 5-10 years is the fact that this is how I've been running it and it has been working for me. Just because you have been running it that way for the past 10 years and it's been working for you doesn't mean it's the right way. Doesn't mean it's just a blip. I'm going to get, let me give it 1 month more. The longer you wait, the worse it gets. So seek help. And in seeking help, don't seek help and don't choose help based on popularity or fame. Choose help based on what you need. In fact, ask for referrals. That might be the best way to go about it. Not just going, I think I said that he has 50,000 followers. He must know what he's doing. Competence is not judged based on fame or popularity.
Not in the time where they even buy followers on social media.
And it doesn't have to just be social media. Check out, ask friends, ask people that are doing things right for help. Now, when you are going there, go with the mindset of, I am going to meet my doctor. And as a doctor, you don't lie. Because you see a lot of things, entrepreneurs come into your office and they doctor the numbers so that they look good. Now, when you dig deeper, you start seeing that they've told you that the hand is paining them, when in fact, they have a tumor in their head. So it's very key to be honest about where you are and have a roadmap of how you're going to get out of that. That's getting out of mess, and immediately start enshrining corporate governance in your business. And the place to start is board of advisors or board of directors. What that does to you, the most important thing it does to you, for you to know again, is fiscal responsibility. You cannot just spend money anyhow. Now they start telling you need to put yourself on salary. Now I didn't mention all these things because if I tell you to do it, you can get tired in the 3rd month. Or you get tired when things are better again and you relapse back into your old self. So that was why I keep on saying corporate governance. It helps you to know that, okay, no, you cannot start taking money anyhow. Salary. And at the end of every month, you need to see a financial statement of the business. Now you know you can't lie. Now you know you have nowhere to hide.
Okay, talking about paying yourself salary, it boils down to financial intelligence, yeah?
Yes.
You just said you can advise someone to do it, but the person might not keep up after 3 months. Do you think it's something that every business owner should do? Because if you start paying yourself a particular amount of stipends in a month, I think it might kind of build up some form of responsibility in you and the strength to want to push on regardless of what happens. So do you think it's okay to just keep paying yourself and doing everything you can regardless of the challenges you face in the business?
No, every entrepreneur, one of the things that you know about them is they are sacrificial. The fact that they can sacrifice their time, their money for their business. So if it comes to a time in which you have to weigh taking your salary or taking a pay cut, nobody has to tell you. Like I said the other time, numbers don't lie. Show me the numbers. So if you see that the numbers of your business, there is a downward turn, you can't keep on taking that salary and be killing your business. Don't forget that you are not in employment to somebody else. Yes. You are the CEO of the company, and you should be able to take drastic steps to fix the problem. So paying yourself salary, it comes down to what's the business doing? Okay. What can the business give up that it will not hurt the business? And that's why it comes back to corporate governance. Because making that decision yourself, we can be emotional and sentimental when it comes to ourselves. When it's other people and they are telling you why they didn't do it, is an excuse. When you are the one and you don't, no, I have a legitimate reason why I didn't do it. We are sentimental about our reasons. So when you have people that will talk to you without sentiment or emotional attachment, one of the things I tell people when you want to pick people that are above you, so that they can guide you. Their experience is what you cannot buy. You start something and they tell you, this might not pan out well. Why don't you let us take it stepwisely? Now, that's how some businesses even meet themselves in the pit of failure in the first place. Some try to grow too fast. So you have a success that you started a business, the outlet in Ikeja is working so well. And before you know it, you are so excited. People are calling us from Lekki. We have to open in Lekki. People are calling us in Lekki. And the next thing, you go and open in Lekki. You didn't consider how long will it take for that investment to mature. Can your business as it is now sustain you removing that investment from it? You're not even doing a risk analysis to understand that is setting up in Lekki the best thing, or having a collaboration that drops my product off and makes it available in Lekki. So some businesses try to grow too fast, and when you try to grow too fast more than the structure you have, you will kill the business.
Okay, I like the fact that we've dwelled more on the challenges, because it's important for you to even know how to rebuild your business, your failing business. You have to know exactly what is wrong. You have to pick out the challenges and know how to tackle it. Now, I know I have friends that are into businesses, and some of them, little of them, once they see that their business is failing, they tend to want to go to a bank to fall back on bank loans to help resuscitate the business. Is it advisable, or what else? What can they do when they find out that, yes, this business is failing, I need to do something about it? What are the steps? I know you mentioned going back to the scratch, going back to the foundation. So what other way, or expatiate on that point also? Okay.
Taking a bank loan or any loan in itself should be a decision that is not taken lightly by any business owner. It should be weighted and considered on all fronts, because loans have killed so many businesses. And most times, not having money in the business is a symptom. It is not the cause. So treating the symptom is getting money to fix it. In the next 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, you are down back to where you started from again. Now you need to get money again. So taking loans to fix a business, that's a no-no. The thing is to go back to the basics. Who are your customers right now? How much are they buying from you? How often do they buy from you?
Okay.
What can I do to increase them coming? So a whole lot of people will come now. They give money to social media adverts, or this digital adverts. It's good. Don't get me wrong to do adverts. But you only advertise what is working. What if the customers you have could actually generate more money for you, and you've just not been considering that? A business, you have 5 customers that bring 20 naira to your business every month, and they buy once. 20 times 5, that's 100 naira from them. And you're looking, I'm not making money. The next thing most entrepreneurs will consider is, I need more customers that will pay 20 naira. But what if you think about it in another way, that can I increase the number of times they come? Is it possible for them to come twice in a month? Suddenly, from 100 naira, it goes to 200 naira with the same customers. Oh, can I increase the money they spend with me every time they buy from me? Is there a way I can bundle up some of my product or services to bump up the value and then be able to charge premium? Say I'm charging 20 naira before I added some things and it goes to 25 naira. 25 times 5 suddenly goes to 125 without necessarily looking for more customers. So when most people say they need more money to fix their failing businesses, what they are doing is they are trying to treat the symptoms and not the cause.
Not the cause.
Okay. You know, some people say that the best way to sustain a business is to identify a need and meet a need. Do you think that's correct?
No, that's the first stage. That's like the setting out of the business. You know, when engineers get to site and they want to build and they have the what they call it, the map, the first thing they do is setting out. Okay, the house will face this area, and that's identify the need. It does not stop there. It is a crucial component in the building block of business, but it is not the only thing. Now, there's an arc I'm going to talk about where what people can do if they cannot go through the process of writing a business plan now, or they want to start a business and they cannot go through writing a full business plan. There are so many tools you can use online. There's a lean business model canvas, in which a lean business plan, in which it's 2 pages. You just fill some questions. And then there's my favorite, business model canvas. 9 components. You just fill and answer the questions there, and it gives you an overview of what you want to do. And when you have that in place, then you test it. Every idea you have is your idea. Until it gets to the court of people, it sounds nice and logical. So you need to test it to validate your idea. Don't just rush into it because you have the money. You put money into it and suddenly, it's not working, you put more money. It's like having a bathtub that is leaking and saying, this bathtub is not filled up. I've been fetching water there for the past 1 hour. If you keep on fetching water there for the next 1,000 years, what happens?
Okay, so I know it's business. It sounds easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds. So we have a call. I would continue that conversation. Hello, Tolu. Hello, Tolu.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, while we wait for that call, so I'm going to ask, is it necessary, because I know in every field you need to go to school, get skills, acquire knowledge and all. Good morning, Tolu, sorry.
Yes, my name is Tolu, I'm calling from
Hello.
Hello, my name is Tolu, I'm calling from Owe.
Right, so in case you're just joining us, this is tea or coffee. Tolu, I'm so sorry you can't get through to us. I'm trying to get the call. As soon as I can get the call, we'll take the call, Tolu. All right, so is it compulsory to get a degree? I know we have some business schools in Lagos. I wouldn't want to mention names. We talked about it when we went on.
Yes.
So is it compulsory? Is it necessary to go to a business school or just follow mentors, as you rightly said?
It's not a one-way street. Going to school is the first part. Knowing it actually is the second part. Okay. So if your route does not actually have to go through a business school, but you need to take necessary courses. It doesn't have to be in a business school. So you see something that you are deficient in, you see a business owner that say, I don't like selling. Can I just hire people to sell for me? It's not logical. Yes, you don't like selling, but you can develop your capacity in it. Like I tell people, selling is an art. And art can be learned. Just like you can learn singing, you can learn sewing, you can learn anything. So you need to develop capacity in areas that you feel like,
Okay, just sorry to interrupt you. Hello, Tolu, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Tolu.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good morning. Sorry, go ahead, Tolu. Good morning.
So I'm a business owner and I sell clothes and shoes, but but I have issues with my friends. They're always trying to reduce the prices. What do I do? And they're like my initial customers. I don't know. It always makes me, I don't want to lose my friends, and I also want to make gain in my business as well. So, but they always like beat the price way below, my actual price, the actual price I got. So, what can I do to, get better customers and probably talk to them or do something to at least make them buy at the given price that I state?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, you had the question.
Yes, that's a question on pricing.
Yeah.
When it comes to friends and family, it's not advisable for you. One, let me send this as a warning. Don't ever get your price lower than your cost price. It's simple logic. It doesn't matter how close you are. If you're going to lose a friend based on that, then he or she is not worthy of being your friend in the first place. Because it's telling you, sell for me and pack out of business. Now, when it comes to pricing, it's a whole course on its own. And the reason why they say that is because they see you as, what she's selling, we just need it. If they really need what you are selling, if it's a necessity to them, they will pay for it. And try to avoid selling to them alone. Maybe you can look at expanding your customer base. You can look at expanding your customer base, and then for them, you can give discounts, periodic discounts, and it depends. You can ask them to pay instrumentally, but you don't let your product get out of your hands until they fully pay you. And then try as much as possible to employ emotional intelligence in dealing with them. Shola, when you go to Igbo guys, they will tell you that I bought this for 1,000 naira. See, I'm selling it for 1,010 naira. No profit. So maybe you need to employ that tactics with them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I really learned a lot. I know you said that in rebuilding or revamping or rehabilitating, rebuilding a failed business, you should go back to the foundation, go back to the drawing board, go back to the map. Know what you want to do, know where you failed, know what you have to do, get back to your financial intelligence, put everything in place and see how to get your business.
You can go into restructuring, and also you talked about going back to the foundation.
Exactly.
See what you can restructure and put in place.
And getting an advisor, mentor or coach. It depends. What works for you. For me personally, I've never had the benefit of having a one-on-one mentor as it is, but I've had so many people that have influenced my life in distance and influenced my business in distance, reading their books, learning, taking courses. There are a lot of free resources out there. You have the internet at your beck and call. There's Udemy where you can take courses. There's edX. There's SME Toolkit.
You will have to pay us for that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No brand names.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, this has reminded me of the quote that says, the first law of madness is to do a particular thing and expect a different result in rebuilding your business.
Capacity building is one keyword that I took. And
Thank you so much.
This is all we can take onto your coffee today. Thank you so much for staying glued, and join us tomorrow for another exciting and informative edition of Tea or Coffee. My name is Modupe Jacobs.
And my name is God's Time David. Till tomorrow, take care of yourself and each other.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.